Okay, just sent out the tweet that I'm live. Gonna give it a second. Okay, so I'm not quite picking up where I left off. As you can see, I'm in a different spot than when I ended the last stream. I went and did a bunch of kind of grinding and farming stuff off screen, which, you know, you probably don't want to see in a stream because it's kind of boring. But I have the sword that I was talking about farming for like 3 streams now. I finally actually went off and did it. I have my 2 main weapons up to +10, the Baldur Side Sword and the Falchion. These are probably going to be my main weapons going forward. I have a few things on the side that are kind of fun to use. I have the Astora Straight Sword at +4. This will be useful whenever I get into the graveyard area and finally doing it, because this lets me permanently kill the skeletons without having to... They have like a mage that's attached to them that you have to kill in order for the skeletons to die permanently. But if you have this sword, they just kind of die no matter what. Same deal with, there are ghosts that you fight later in the game down in New Londo, and having this sword makes it a lot easier. I'm close to being able to have it at +5, which is the max for it, as opposed to the +15 on the normal weapons. So I'm like 2 materials away from having this thing maxed out too. And then for fun, I have a Ricard's Rapier. That's the one that has like a billion little multi-thrusts. And then I have a Spear, which is kind of standard, but it's a nice little variation on my playstyle if I need to keep my distance. I cut down a lot of my inventory. I picked up this item from a merchant earlier on in the game that lets me put all my inventory at this bonfire right here. So these are all the weapons that I actually have, but just in my inventory at the moment, I have all the equipment I'm actually going to be using. So yeah, this is a pretty standard loadout, especially for the build that I'm using. I'm going to be going for Dexterity Faith, so... speaking of Faith, actually, off screen I got Lightning Spears, which all it really took was me going to a shrine whenever my stat was high enough, and then I just got it. But it lets me throw lightning like this, so having this projectile is really useful. It does a lot of damage, and it lets me snipe things from a distance without having to rely on items or anything. It'll help me clear zones a little bit more reliably without having to get super up close and personal with every single enemy. Yeah, I know. This is the lightning shit I was talking about. I picked it up whenever I picked it up between streams, but now I have pretty much all my equipment set. I have one little area, well, actually a couple areas that I'm gonna do before I move on and fight the boss. That's supposed to be one of the hardest in the game, so that's kind of what we're building up to. And then after I beat that boss, that's whenever I get like all the shit that this build needs. It's whenever I get my armor set that I want. It's whenever I get the ability to put the electricity on my weapon and have like an electric weapon that does a lot of damage. So after I beat this boss, my build like opens up and I get everything that I want. The only thing I need really is 5 more levels into Faith. My goal is to hit 30, and then whenever it's at 30, I have access to everything I need. Picked it up in the storm last night. Yeah, you see, I got pissed that it took my power out, so I stole a lightning bolt from the fucking sky. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, so we're gonna head down to the Dark... What the hell is it called? Dark Root Basin. That's the name of it. It's an area that I was in a little bit earlier in the game. It's kind of a... It's like a... It's like a forest... Not a swamp. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like a river basin, almost. That's what it's closest to, but... The guy sitting there, he eventually goes crazy, and then I can kill him, but there's 0 reason to kill him. He doesn't give me any items, nor does he really, like, put up a fight. It's not really anything interesting, but he eventually just, like, freaks out, goes crazy, and then right over in this area that I'm looking off to is where you find him later in the game. He's like gone completely crazy and you have to kill him at that point, so I'll just wait on that. he's pretty useless. If you talk to him in the beginning of the game, he's the one who tells you the whole you have to ring 2 bells to progress, but that's like all he says. He's like intentionally vague and cryptic. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, with this lightning, I'm actually able to kill this dragon that caused my first death on stream, so I get to have a little bit of revenge here. Because in this game's lore, for some reason, dragons are really, really weak to electricity, or lightning rather. That's like their big weakness. So I'm gonna fuck this thing up. Let me just get to a good vantage point, and then I'll start chucking lightning at it. As you can see, that's doing quite a bit of damage. I think I have enough to kill it. Yeah, I do. Okay, and I did it perfectly with the amount of lightning spears that I had. So that guy's dead. I get a dragon scale, but he doesn't really drop anything else. I get a reasonable amount of souls, so all's good. These guys down here are another story, because I can't really cheese them out by hitting them from a distance. I kind of have to be up in their face to fight them. I don't know if my damage is any good to be fighting them right now, but maybe I'll try one. I'll see if I can beat one. This one's kind of isolated from the others, so I'll probably be able to take it more than all the other ones that are around a bunch of them. These guys don't really give very much souls though, so it's not too worth it to fight them. Oh wow, they do quite a bit of damage too. Wow. I thought I was out of his range, but I'm not. Yeah, okay. I won't mess with these guys next time. There's no real reason to. They don't really get me anything, but yeah, I did get wrecked. See, the main thing with this build so far is that I haven't put hardly any points into health or yeah, I can't tank anything. I do good damage now, but I cannot take a hit to save my life. So going forward, I'm going to be leveling up a lot more in my health because having things just 3-shot me is a little obnoxious. Yeah, I know, I need to take care of myself. Need to invest in some self-help for fucking my health. Parry it. Boy, you can only parry weapons in this game. Or, that's not true. You can parry, fists, but if there's, a creature and it's doing some shit at you, you probably can't parry it. I don't think I'm able to parry that enemy. I'm well aware that what you were saying was just a meme, but I'm confident that I can't parry the thing. Give her protein? No, she has enough protein. She's strong as fuck. She just can't take a hit. She's built like an anemic. Or, what was the word I was looking for? Anorexic. She's just fragile as shit. So I can hit hard, but I'm just a fucking lightweight. So I gotta elevate myself out of glass cannon status. Once I get that armor set that I was talking about, I'll have a little bit more resistance to work with. And then going forward, since I'm almost maxed out on all my damage stats, it's just going to be leveling health from here on out. So I'll just get bulkier and bulkier. Calcium deficiency. Yeah, she's a fucking bone disease. Okay, gonna retrieve my souls. And I'm gonna move on into an area that's significantly easier than this place. This place is this is such a weird point in the game because there's so little to actually do here. There's 5 of these things and nothing else. The Valley of the Drakes is so painfully minimal. However, this area that I'm about to go into has a lot more to do. For instance, there's a Hydra that I can fight, which this game is interesting in that it mixes Western mythology, and then it also gets some Greek things in here and there, the character in the lore who's responsible for the the lightning spells existing is literally just Zeus. Like his character is exactly Zeus. And then there are a few monsters that are reminiscent of something you would see in like the Iliad or some shit. Like or Hercules. They're like fucking hydras and all these other creatures. Painfully minimal Drake type beat. Painfully minimal is exactly how I would describe his music. This is getting off to the same start the first stream is. We're talking about fucking Drake again. I don't know if I like that. Either way, it's funny to clown on him. So yeah, Darkroot Basin. This is the area I was talking about. I think I'll save the Hydra for a little bit later, but I'm gonna go up here and fight a bunch of tree people. I've already got most of the items that are up this cliff face, but I haven't really gone deeper into... There's another area here that I haven't really invested a lot of time into. I was able to early game, and honestly, the area I'm about to do is a little bit more of an early game area. I probably should have done it last stream, but I kind of forgot. Either way, no harm, no foul. That means I can just clear it easy and get whatever souls and items there are to be had. I think my Falchion will be the most effective in this area because these things are really weak to slash damage as opposed to the damage that my other sword is dealing. Yeah, I can one-shot these things pretty reliably. There's a pretty cool ring you can get here. Oh, never mind. I actually did get this at some point. I don't remember when. Alright, we have this door here, which I'll do after I fight. There's a boss around this area that I'm going to do first, and then I'll go into this door and clear that area. There's a bonfire here. I think I already kindled it. Yeah, I did. Let me put it back on my Grass Crest shield. I'd rather have the stamina. Yeah, down here is the area that I haven't done yet. This area is a bit of a clusterfuck. If you run into the middle, then you'll activate all these big golem guys, and then you'll also have to fight all the tree enemies, but if you kind of run around the perimeter and clear it like in a spiral inwards, then you can deal with it a lot more efficiently. Hey, getting the lightning was not interesting, I promise you. I had to go through an area you've seen me do like a billion times, and then I just walk up to this altar and it's like, do you have the stat high enough? And then it gives me the lightning. I swear to God, it's not interesting. I promise you. Yeah, no, I really did not do anything entertaining off stream. I guarantee you, if I were to post if I recorded me doing everything I did last night, it would not be interesting. It was like actually just grinding. Okay, I just kind of shit on these guys. If you do this earlier in the game, these guys are a bit of a threat, but since I have a fast, strong weapon, I can kind of just take them out really easily. Yeah. I love that these massive, like, stone golems also have ragdoll physics. Like, these things are supposed to be heavy as hell, but they just flop around like pancakes or something. I don't know why. The Twitch view, yeah, I did that starting the third stream. I added that and I added a follower alert, so if anybody follows, it makes a little sound and a little GIF plays. Streamlabs is actually really useful. There's a bunch of like little plugins you can add. Whenever I get to the point where I'll be having like subscribers and stuff like that, I'll have another separate alert set up for it. So yeah, I can optimize things more the further I get down into it. My first priority for making the stream better though is probably to get like layouts, proper layouts. So if I have like if I need to take a break, I have a screen that says like BRB and shit that actually looks good and doesn't just look like I did it in MS Paint. Probably gonna commission stuff like that. Gonna commission a new profile picture because I like this one a lot, but it's somebody else's art, and I kind of don't want to have to deal with that. So yeah, I have some plans going forward for making the stream a little bit more easy on the eyes. But hopefully not too cluttered, because I've seen some streams where they just like load it up with all this extra shit and then like you can barely see the game. I'm not trying to do all that. I think what I have right now is pretty respectable. I made it so the chat stays on screen a little bit longer. Having the chat available most of the time helps the VOD be a little bit more comprehensible. So if I'm responding to something specific, you can actually see it on the screen instead of just for like the split second it appears. So I think overall that makes it a better experience. Yeah, I got a few more of these knights to take care of. Yeah, I kind of get to kill them before they get the chance to do anything. I think there's one over here that starts out spawned. Yeah, I don't think this one has like a... Actually, maybe it does have a wake up animation. If it does, I can just kind of smoke it. Oh yeah, it does. So, I feel like I probably might have done this area off screen if it were like any other situation, but I don't know. This area is not terribly interesting, but I wanted to show it for the sake of completion, because at least I'm doing something that I haven't shown like on screen yet instead of backtracking. Okay, so with that cleared out, I just have one more thing left to do in this particular sector of this area. There's just this kind of clusterfuck in the middle where a bunch of things are going to spawn at once. I think I can handle it. Yeah, see, I set off these guys. Yeah, no, this guy's alive. I think if I run completely into the middle of it, it gets bad, but if I just kind of stay at the edges, I'm safe. Oh, wow. I'm surprised that hit me. And then he puts up this spell that slows you down, but if you kill him fast enough, it kind of doesn't really matter. Alright, pick up the armor set. I'll get the trees out of the way first because they're honestly more annoying. Yeah. Okay, that pretty much does it for this part. Let's see, where was the exits? I think it was over here. No, that's getting closer to the boss. I may as well just do the boss right now, actually. No real reason not to. I can get anything that I didn't do on the way back. Oh yeah, there's a little summon hidden here. Personally, I grab it not because this boss is like hard, but because this summon makes this boss a lot less tedious. Because the boss I'm about to fight is primarily ranged, and this lady that I'm summoning is a witch, so she casts spells at things. I mean, I have lightning too, but it's not... Actually, I could probably have done this alone with just my lightning, but... Basically, the way this boss works if you don't have any projectiles is that you have to dodge shit for like a minute, and then it eventually lands, and you hit it a bunch. So, come on. There we go. There it is, over there. This boss looks really cool, but it's a shame that it's such a boring fight. And it's a shame that I can miss my projectiles very easily. Thankfully, Beatrice, this summon lady that I just got, she just absolutely just shits damage on this thing. So it makes this super easy. Yeah, see, that was one projectile, and that did like all of its health. Yep. The summon basically does this entire fight for you. Otherwise, you would have to dodge those projectiles a bunch, which isn't too bad. And then eventually it lands on the side of the beach. Oh, hey, I got a follower. What's up? 1 and a bunch of 6s. How's it going? Ooh, hosting. I see. I don't have a host alert. I probably should have done that whenever I was setting up my Streamlabs stuff, but I don't know. It says it in the chat, and that's good enough for me. So, what's up? How's it going? As it stands, I'm just kind of wrapping up some loose end areas before I run in and fight Ornstein and Smo. I didn't really do much of Darkroot Basin, so I'm going to wrap that up. Got to do the area with the Forest Hunters. And then Ornstein and Smo await. After that, I'll have most of the stuff my build needs, because I'm doing a Dex Faith build. All I really need is the Brass set and Sunlight Blade, and then I'm good. Oh, sorry, how rude of me. I said it was a bunch of 6s, but I didn't notice there was a 7 and an 8. Alright, I think the exit is over here. This area always disorients me because it's just a big-ass circle with not very differing scenery. Yeah, there's the exit. There's this one little offshoot path where if you grab this item here, all these trees are going to sprout out and try to hit you all at once, but being able to one-shot them makes it a lot easier to deal with. This whole part is a pain in the ass if you do it earlier, but I can kind of make short work of it at this point. Alright, I got enough for a level off of that, surprisingly. I didn't think I would be getting that much souls down here, so I'll pop this soul because the only things that you can really make out of this soul are things that are for intelligence builds, which is not what I'm playing. So I can get my dexterity up to 40, max out my melee damage. Then I'm going to start leveling faith, and then after that I'm going to start doing health. So I have this Forest Hunter area to do. What's really interesting about this area is that everything you have to fight here is like one of the base classes you can start with. So there's going to be like a cleric, there's going to be a sorcerer, there's going to be like knights. But they're all using stuff that I could use potentially as like a player character. And they act as though they're player characters, which makes it really interesting. What is that hosting thing about? Basically, they can make it so their video, or that my video appears on their channel if they host me. So it's like if they want to share somebody else's stream, I guess. The Dark Soul of Dark Soul game. Yeah, you're not wrong. People always say that, dumbass, like everything is the Dark Souls of Dark Souls or whatever the hell, so. That's a very common thing to say amongst people who don't know anything about the game. Okay. I can kind of apply the same principle that I did earlier, where I can just kind of beat this area by circling around. But if I run into the middle of it, I get overwhelmed by a bunch of things, so I'm trying to avoid that. Aw, damn, I didn't get that parry off. Wow, that was like all a combo. He wasn't able to roll out or anything. This weapon is kind of ridiculous at times. Let's see, I think there's another knight over here, and then there's an archer. Yeah, there's the knight I was talking about. Oh shit. And there's the archer. Let me get to a better area so I'm not getting sniped at while I'm fighting this thing. Wow, that thing kind of just had a panic attack. It was unsure whether or not it wanted to shoot arrows at me or use its sword because it was in such a weird range. So it just kind of stood there and swapped its weapons a bunch. That's honestly most of the enemies cleared out of here. I think there's only a handful more I can even fight. Yeah, there's some guy coming from over there. That might just be a tree. I think it's one of the tree guys that I was fighting earlier. Yeah, it is. This one's just kind of freaking out. Wow. There are a few miscellaneous items I can pick up around here. But there's a cool armor set that's kind of at this edge right over here. Or maybe, no, it's a little bit further down. Oh, yeah, it's over there. Now, a ton of these tree guys are going to spawn here. Like, I'm talking like around 10 of them almost, it feels like. Wow. Oh god. These guys have a lot of range, and their hitboxes stay out forever. So it's a little rough if you get caught with a lot of them, because you can't really roll out of their range or anything. Holy shit. The hood is here. Oh no. This is looking kind of bad. Let me try to relocate again. Oh my god, they're really fast. You need to get the fuck away from me. Now see, these guys on their own are not difficult at all. They put me in such an awkward position to fight them all. This game does this a lot, where they make easy enemies a lot harder by putting them in bad positions. So the difficulty comes more from the strategy rather than the actual, like, damage and stuff the enemies are doing. Yeah, with that I just had to retreat a bunch and kind of pick them off one by one. I think the armor set I was talking about is a little bit over here. Or, no, it's even... I had the same exact realization that I did last time, that I was way too far away for that to be the right one. I did a lot of retreating and I made some distance. I think that's all of them gone. Unless there are more at the edge here. I don't think there are. Yeah, I'm good. Oh wow, a lot of these guys dropped something, and I missed it while I was in the fray. Not really anything that's useful for me anymore. This stuff is more for like I should have done this area before Blighttown, because this is how you get your poison healing items. by just fighting a bunch of these, they drop a ton of them. I'm not trying to go there just yet. That's for like after I beat Ornstein and Smo. I don't know if there are any more of those forest hunter guys that I was fighting earlier. I think I cleared them all out. Yeah, I definitely did. I don't think there's much else worth doing here just yet. There's a set of armor I can pick up a little bit further down, which I think I'll just do for the sake of completion. Pretty much the only thing past this point is a few of these mushroom people, and then there's a boss that I kind of want to do later on. So I'm not really missing out on too much over here. Oh, and something I neglected to mention is that this is one of those, this is one of the PvP areas that's really popular in this game with online play. Because this, if you talk to this cat and join the Covenant that it is in, you get the ability to like invade people, and you can fight a lot in this little forest area. It's not the greatest, it's not like a flat surface with like good areas to fight in. It's kind of like you want to have the terrain being all weird, so it's kind of like you're trying to evade them in a forest and fight them that way. It's less conventional PvP that people kind of do in this area. Obviously that's something for playing online, which I'm not really doing. But yeah, this whole area is kind of purpose. Once you get into a covenant with her, all the guys that were previously enemies in this area become non-hostile, and then you can use this area as kind of your little PvP playground. That's not really my style, but people find it fun, and it's pretty popular to do. Okay, so I think my next step is I'm going to fight the Hydra at the bottom of the basin. It's a weird little mini boss because it isn't really set up like a boss at all. It's just kind of in the environment, and then you have to fight it. Just managed to get that item before it fell off the cliff. Not that it's anything terribly useful, I just like having a bunch of stuff. Okay. So for all intents and purposes, this area is done. Going down here though, I'm going to be fighting a bunch of... There's these really weird enemies that are around this Hydra. They're like golems that are made out of ice. They remind me of Regice from Pokemon. You'll know it whenever you see it. They're like made out of the same shit that Regice is made out of. I think slash weapons are bad against them, so I'll just use I'll use my other sword to fight them. Now then, the reason I was so hyped about this sword is because the moveset is amazing. You have these thrust attacks, and its range is enormous. Like, this sword is fucking huge. These are the guys I'm talking about. These things really, I cannot shake the fact that they look like fucking Regice. Let me try to lure it away from the Hydra, because the Hydra from a distance, it's in the lake over there, and it will just shoot all sorts of bullshit at you that you don't want to be anywhere near. Thankfully, that bullshit is actually able to damage these things. If it chooses to fire anything at me, it's able to damage these guys as well. Yeah, no, these golems are fucking swole. Look at these guys. Yeah, this is the Hydra from a distance. See, it's firing all this water at me, which is thankfully able to hit them, so hopefully I can lure it into attacking and have that happen. Yeah, see, it does damage to him. Yeah, they're primarily aiming for me, but sometimes they'll get caught in the crossfire. Alright, so this Hydra is usually an annoying boss because you have to wait for it to pounce down with its heads. And oh wow, that projectile had like a bigger AoE than I anticipated. Oh my god, it read me from like 7 years ago. Let me put on the Crest Shield because I think having more magic resistance is better against these things. So having lightning makes this a little bit easier than it normally would be, but it's still going to be a little bit annoying. Oh god. Yeah, this is like one of my least favorite bosses, just because it's so obnoxious to get a hit in. You'll see why. Because you can fall into this water if you go too deep, and it's kind of bad. I think I was able to get a head off. Maybe. Not quite. Actually, yeah, I did get one. I just have to find the sweet spot where they'll attack but not hit me at all, which is not there, believe it or not. I just have to get them to not fire projectiles. Oh my god, that did a lot. Yeah, this thing is fucking enormous. This boss fight is really annoying. I'm gonna do it though, damn it. I tend to skip that thing a lot because it's really not very rewarding, but I kind of just, I feel like I would be losing out if I didn't beat it. It's just so hard to get in a good range for it. Actually, I do actually have a reason to kill it, because it's actually required to beat it in order to get into the DLC area of this game. Which I think I'll be doing the DLC slightly before the end game. Right before I beat the final boss is probably when I'll do it. If not a little bit earlier, if I'm feeling it. But the DLC is actually baked into Remastered Edition, so they didn't do Remastered and you have to buy another DLC, because that would be fucking terrible. That would suck dick if you had to do that. But yeah, I'll be doing the quote-unquote DLC zone, because it's not even DLC anymore, it's just kind of part of the game, but I'll do that a little bit later. So yeah, this thing is necessary to defeat, for that at least. But holy shit, isn't gonna be annoying. This is one of my... Honestly, this boss is harder to me than the guys that I'm hyping up for this stream, if I'm being frank. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna back off a little bit. My main concern is still getting hit by the stupid water attacks, because they do just such an insane amount of damage. Okay, I think that's most of the... there's still one more. But then after that, I'll have another shot at the Hydra. Alright, wish me luck doing the shit once more. Oh my god. That explosion effect it has is so annoying. Oh no, I only have 10 Estus flasks. Fuck, I didn't kindle the bonfire. This is kind of rough. I might actually just grab my souls and go back, to be honest. Because this is a very bad spot to be at. Yeah, I think I might just dip. Oh no, this terrain is so bad. Like a Sonic boss fight? Yeah, like that, but no homing attack. If I could homing attack this thing, it would be no worries, but yeah, I'm gonna retreat to the bonfire and I'm gonna kindle it so I actually get the proper amount of heals that I need. Okay, let's kindle this thing first of all. Some modern Sonic thing. It reminds me a little, at least with the water stuff, it reminds me of like Chaos. If I had to make a comparison, that's probably the one I would do. I don't know. I'm not too invested into Sonic, so I'm not sure how accurate that is. Is that the one that's in like the opening cutscene to 1, where it's like a big ass dragon? Because that's what that thing is reminding me of. See, I'm all for. I think the boss is actually sick conceptually. I think it's so cool because it's just huge. You see it from a distance and everything, but I think that's amazing. But it's so annoying to fight. If that wasn't the case, I would have a lot more respect for it. It's not even just that it's difficult. It's just that it's so awkward to actually land hits on it. Alright, let's give this a proper attempt now that I have the 10 heals that I need. I don't know how I didn't notice that running back here. I probably just took it for granted. Yeah, it's one of the cooler Sonic designs, I feel. Whenever they get away from the whole anthropomorphic style, I think it's cool what they do with all the other designs. Like I think the robots in Sonic look like really cool. Like Gamma and Omega and all that other shit. Those enemies are not really enemies, they're kind of just characters, but they look pretty cool. It's just that it feels like half of the characters they make are kind of just like recolors. Like it's a meme that Sonic fans do that, but sometimes it feels like Sonic itself does that. Like the character they introduced for Forces is literally just even more edgy Shadow, which I don't know how they managed to do that. See, it would be great if the trees actually blocked those projectiles and they didn't have such a huge radius. I feel like this fight would be fine if that wasn't the case. But the fact that they snipe you from like seven miles away and you have to deal with all this bullshit while even approaching it is super annoying. Oh my god. See, if you want to make the artificial difficulty argument for Dark Souls, I feel like this boss is probably the place to start. So I'm gonna retreat and use one of my slower heals, because I want my quick heals for whenever I'm actually up in its face. because I do not get the opportunity to actually do this whenever I'm nearby it. My god, that range is enormous. Yeah, yet again, gonna go for another slow heal. Then I'm gonna try to close the gap, get them to do their plunging attacks so I don't have to deal with those annoying projectiles, and then I can do some pretty good damage, I feel. Oh my god. The fact that there are like 9 of the damn projectiles is what makes it even more annoying, because it's like they capture all your options. Unless you're close, in which case it's kind of, they don't really get a chance to hit you. This is the way you're intended to fight it, which is kind of awkward because eventually they all lunge to the same positions, but eventually there are ones that you can't hit very easily that you have to run to really far away. I guess I can just like stay in this area. They give you so little time to actually react to them hitting the ground. Yeah, like this one, it gets like so far away. I think to finish it off, instead of trying to go for the last heads, I think I'll just shoot lightning at its main body and do a bunch of damage that way. If I have the range. I don't think I have the range. No, I have to get closer. But not too close, otherwise I'll be able to fall off and die. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It needs to move a little bit closer, though. Yeah, if I get it while it's lunging out like this, it's actually within my range. Yeah, at least it should be. I think that'll do it. There we go. Okay, sweet. With that out of the way, I'm able to grab a few other things that are in this area, but yeah, that was kind of just, I kind of just beat it for the sake of having the DLC available to me. There's another area I can get up here by going to this ladder, and I think I will do that. But there's one more thing over here that I should do first. The way things die is underwhelming. It can be sometimes, yeah. That's because that one's like a mini boss. If it was a proper boss, you would get like the "you win" or whatever text it plays across the screen along with the really satisfying sound effect. But since it's just kind of an overworld thing and it's not a specific boss, you don't get any of the satisfaction from killing it, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna switch out to that ring that makes me fast in water for this area, and then I'm gonna reset, because whenever I reset there's an enemy that spawns here. Then I kill that, and then I get some stuff. Yeah, there it is. There's like a golden fucking Regice. Look at this thing. Wow, that did not as much as I was expecting, honestly. I thought that uppercut would do a lot more. Cool. And, you know, oh my fucking god. I hope I didn't accidentally kill you. I really hope I didn't. That was, I tried to heal, but I realized I had lightning spear active. And since I'm in the water, it spreads around the water and does damage. I totally could have accidentally killed this character. I'm so glad I didn't, because she's actually important. Yes, it would be. Cool. I almost fucked up so badly. Okay, let's pretend like that never happened. Well, there is zero reason for me to kill her. I do not get any reward, and it's kind of just an inconvenience if I do kill her. Everyone must go. Trust me, plenty of people will go. There are plenty of characters that I'm gonna kill, but she is not one of them. So if I go over here, and I think I have to reset the game again. Yeah, I reset the game again. And then I can pick up her armor set, and I can talk to her, and she gives me stuff. Or wait, fuck, her armor set is all the way over there. Damn it. Yeah, so I summon her right here, and I can buy a few things. See, it wouldn't have even been killing her, because she's already like a ghost.
I am Dusk. It is an honor. I shall follow.
Learn gesture, proper bow, that's cool. Yeah, she sells mostly just sorcery stuff. None of this is really useful to me, but
If thou art in me,
I like having her alive. Use the the Fenton thermos. Oh my, I forgot, it was literally a thermos in that show, wasn't it? See, maybe I would. If I had the Fenton thermos at my disposal, I'd probably use it in that situation, because I get to have like a pocket waifu. The Ghost Zone. Yeah, I almost accidentally killed Box Ghost's waifu, and that would have been a travesty if I did that. So over here is the dress I was talking about that I get from her. Yeah. If I really want to do this, I can just dress like this. This armor set isn't even horrible because it has really good like elemental resistances. It's just like 0 physical resistance, so I'm not gonna bother with it. But it's cool to have. Michelinas to go. I don't even know what the hell you mean by that, but okay, now up here I'm going to be fighting a bunch of cats, but they're like weird cats. They're not normal cats. They look really fucking strange. Hey, she isn't old. She just dresses like an old lady. She's actually kind of young. She only dresses like she's from fucking the Victorian era. You know, since I have very low health, it's possible that I'll die here, so I'm gonna put on this Ring of Sacrifice so that if I die, I don't lose anything. However, the ring breaks, so, you know, you have to sacrifice the ring as opposed to sacrificing everything else. But I have a few spares, so I should be safe to do this area without too much worry. Now these things that I'm about to fight are fucking weird. Let me see what range they have. Yeah, there's one of them. I'll get my falchion out because I feel like that's better damage. Yeah, it's just these. Look at how stacked this fucking cat is. Look at how bulky this fucking son of a bitch is. Now then, I think there are 2 more in this area. Yeah, there they are. Let me see if I can hit one of them with lightning while it's on its way to me. Oh god. That rolling attack is what I'm scared of. Nothing else they do is really that threatening, except for that attack, because it just deals so much damage. Oh god. Yeah, see what I mean? You're able to cheese this area just a little bit because you can run on this bridge and they can't really follow you, so you're able to get some free heals off in this zone. That just looked like a rat. Yeah, a lot of the things that are supposed to be other animals in this game kind of just end up looking like rats. Like, there was a dog earlier, but that thing just looks like a fucking rat too, so... We're playing Rat Souls right now. And I'm trying not to be a rat victim. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. Now it's just one of them, so this gets significantly easier if I don't get hit by things like that. Rat squad, where are you at? I swear to god, everything in this game is a rat. It's actually just true. Everything's either a rat or a zombie. There's no middle ground. Okay, so that's all those cats dealt with. Or rats, I suppose, if we're going by that law. That logic, even. And then I think I'm kind of just back at that area right before the boss that I was talking about. There's some mushroom people here that I can kill, but they don't really do anything, so there's no reason to bother with them. There's a chest here that I kind of have to kill these guys to get, so I'm going to do that. And then you wouldn't expect it, but these things hit like a fucking truck if they actually connect a hit. They're just like slow, but they're stupid powerful. I think, yeah, it's just this one more over here. And then I'll be able to grab that chest without any issue. These little ones don't really do anything. They just kind of walk around. This one, however, is what I'm looking for. Hey, the cheese boy is back. We were just talking about rats, so now we have cheese. All we need is a mousetrap, and we have the whole trifecta. A DreamWorks mushroom. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I have access to that chest. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to do here besides that. Let me see if there are any item pickups anywhere. Not really. Well, that's pretty much it. Let me just do a homeward bone. I got a bunch of souls from doing everything in this area. So I should be able to get a couple levels in. Yeah. I'm very close to getting my faith to 30, so after I beat that boss, I think that'll give me enough souls to get it up to 30. So once I reach that point, I'll be able to use that spell right as I get it. Hey, what's up? How's it going? I'm just about to start approaching the difficult boss that you, like, vaguely referred to last stream, so I'm making my way to them. I was just wrapping up a few loose ends and getting a few areas that I didn't really touch. and then I'm on my way back to where I left off last stream. Hey, 5 people? Does it say that? Oh, okay, it just updated. Cool. Damn, we had a record high amount of viewers. That's cool. Okay, so I'm making my way to Ornstein and Smo, which is the whole thing I was even advertising on Twitter. So we're about to get to the focal point of the stream. I think I'm pretty prepared for it, so it shouldn't be quite as difficult as it is if I just ran into it unprepared. But yeah, we just gotta take a few shortcuts, get all the way up, and then we are good to fight them. So the kicker with this fight is that most of the bosses that we fought so far have been one enemy, but the twist with this one is that it's 2 guys at the same time. So that makes things a lot more complicated, as I'm sure you can imagine. That was at such a bad angle to get that parry. With all the shortcuts I have, there's only a couple enemies I even need to fight in order to get all the way to where I need to be. Chill music in the background. See, the main issue is that I don't want to get copyrighted, but I'm definitely leaning towards using music in the future. It's just gonna make my VODs hard to put on YouTube. So I'll look more into that into the future if you think it'll be a good addition. I could probably get some like lo-fi hip-hop bullshit on YouTube that's completely free to use, so I might do that. That would actually be a fun branding name for the playthrough. Just have it like lo-fi Dark Souls to relax and study to. Gotta do ASMR. Look, the ASMR is such a thinly veiled fetish. I'm not touching that shit with a fucking 10-foot pole. Oh yeah, no problem. That's something that I was considering, but obviously I don't want to worry about copyright. But there is some, in this day and age, you have plenty of copyright-free alternatives. But if I'm doing some streams that I don't really want to preserve as playthroughs, like if I'm doing super casual streams, I'll probably put music in the background, just because I don't have to worry about being monetized or anything. So I'm just gonna skip that scene since we've seen it before. Eat chips but make sounds. No, the meta for that is that you have to get the bag and you have to crumple it up against the mic, like really annoyingly. And then some people just like find that super hot. I don't understand ASMR people. But yeah, ASMR is such a weird thing because there are so many facets of it. So many things that would make you uncomfortable in normal contexts are things that people like for ASMR, like mouth noises and shit like that. It's pretty fucking bad. How the chips were made. Well, you see, a man by the name of John Chip was pissed at a customer asking for her potatoes to be crispier. So he made them really crispy, and then the chips were born by John Chip himself, none other. I don't know how quietly I whispered that, but I'm not trying to get like super ASMR because that'll just make I'll just cringe at myself in the VOD, but make potato sound. Okay, if you can tell me what the fuck is a potato sound, then maybe I'll consider doing that. If you can give me a coherent explanation as to what the fuck kind of sound a potato makes, sure. It's not a fetish. See, that's why I said thinly veiled, because like it's technically not a fetish, but it's so weird, and the type of satisfaction people get from it is so close to a fetish that it may as well just be one. It's ASMR, be creative. Okay. I'm not gonna sound engineer fucking potato noises. I'm not that advanced. I'm not that deep into the spectrum, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm gonna make a rush for the bonfire. I opened this door over here, so it should be significantly easier. I just have to get past these guys, get to the checkpoint, and then I'm pretty much set. I gained a viewer whenever I started the potato story. I'm pretty sure that was just somebody random, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe by potato Dark Souls, the ratio of that is thrilling to some people. They just want to hear me monologue about fucking potatoes while I'm playing this dark fantasy video game. I don't know. People are into some weird shit. That could totally be my demographic I need to shoot for. Dark Souls fantasy video game. That's yeah, that's like the dark fantasy video game is probably like the name brand, not name brand, what's the word for it? The store brand version of Dark Souls. Chill Dark Souls. See, you might actually be onto something. That's kind of the principle of clickbait, is that people will click on things if they're thinking to themselves, what the fuck could that possibly be? Guaranteed 1K subs. See, like, you're exaggerating, but that honestly wouldn't be a terrible strategy. Just make something absurd. But the thing is, I won't have the miscellaneous random topic until I'm like half of the way through the stream and some dumb shit like this comes up. Like, I'm not gonna go into this stream assuming that I'm gonna get some potato ASMR. That's kind of just like a course of action. It just happens down the line, you know? You don't plan the potato ASMR. Oh fuck. You know, actually I have an even better idea for preparing for this fight. Instead of having the lightning spears, I'm not really going to be using them during the fight, so I'm just going to stack up on heals instead. You know I can, actually. Let me alt tab out. I'll just do it for the fuck of it. Since I'm getting requests to do it. Where's the title at? Okay, there, I've done it. Are you fucking happy? I just typed in potato ASMR included at the end of the title. That's gonna look extra dumb in the VOD, I realize. Oh, I didn't even get the heals like I intended to. Let me do that real quick. I would kind of like one of the drops from these guys because they give a cool sword and a cool spear, but it's not super necessary because I already have the stuff that I want. Let's see. I'm gonna put more healing on. Did I actually gain views by doing that? I swear to God, if that actually works, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. Holy shit. Why did it work? Okay, who the if you clicked on this because it said potato ASMR included, please say something in chat because I want to know what the fuck kind of person I'm appealing to here. Jesus Christ, you guys might actually be onto something. I just have to put really stupid titles and then people will come in. It went to 4 immediately. That's incredible. Okay, so I know what I have to do. Well, now I'm really clickbaiting because this is not going to be potato ASMR included. Unless somebody asks about what the potato ASMR is, in which case I have to explain it. Wait, pro-tato ASMR. Jesus Christ. That is horrendous. Oh yeah, there's no... I can't parry that shield bash. Play quietly? Never. Never in my life. I only game at max volume. Well, okay, I've already done the potato story. What other story is there for me to tell? Do you guys have any requests? Okay. Oh no. Oh no, they put up their shield while they do that healing. It's so annoying. It makes it so it's hard to whiff punish them for it. There we go. What is the carrot story? There was a story about potato chips, but there is not a fucking story about the origin of carrots. They just kind of them shits were in the ground. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, one day in prehistoric Earth, there were these orange shits in the ground, and people decided, hey, maybe we should eat those. We should pluck them out the ground by the fucking roots, and we should just consume them into our bodies. These orange pieces of shit we found in the ground. And then people loved them so much that they started doing it themselves. And they were like, yeah, we can put the orange things in the ground too. And then bam, there you have the history of the carrots. There's not much to say. Okay, now the trick to summoning this asshole is this guy, if all goes badly, he will just run off of the side of this and damage himself. I'm hoping this doesn't happen. Come on, just walk down the stairs like a normal person. Thank you. There are some scenarios where he will just run off that side, put some damage on himself, and make himself less useful for the boss fight for no apparent reason. Okay, we are approaching what is considered to be a hard boss. Let's see what we can do. Wish me luck. Look at the man-titties on this one. This is a hideous boss. However, this character, Ornstein rather, looks fucking badass. So the strategy here is kill the guy with the spear first, and then take out Tits McGee right after he's done. This dude's just fast as shit. He kind of just flies at you. Oh god. I'm trying to like circle strafe around him so that I can deal with him after he whiffs something. I'm doing a lot of damage, if you can't already see. Oh no. That was kind of rough. I have to retreat a little bit, get a heal in, hopefully. Oh wow, that was really bad. Okay, Ornstein's dead. Now, this Tits McGee here is just gonna do his friend dirty. He's gonna do his friend so dirty right here. Just wait, yep. And then he absorbs all his power and becomes this big monstrosity. With all this electric damage now. Oh god, he is just he's right at me. Now, like any heavy, fat enemy in this game, all you have to do is bait them into doing a butt slam, and then you can hit them a bunch. Yep. I told ya, that's all you have to do. Oh god. Unless you get hit by it, in which case it's bad. Now Solaire is getting his ass handed to him right over here. Oh my god, he's getting hard-bodied. I think I'm just going to be able to kill him right here, unless he does another one of those, in which case, yeah, that's kind of bad. But I just retreat. Oh shit, he got bodied. Okay, now it's all up to me. If I get behind this pillar, there's not really much he can do to me while I heal, so I'm going to do that. He's kind of just going to clumsily try to get at me from bad angles. So if I just stay close-ish, I'll be able to get a few hits in, I think. Okay, and that's probably one of the harder bosses in the game done with. I just had to let the homie die. He took the L for the team, so I could grab that W. Now at the end of this little corridor, these elevators come down. And look at these souls. I have like 75,000. That is entirely too much. Well, it's entirely enough actually. Let me get a few levels in. I'm so close to having 30 faith, and actually I will have it once I use this soul right here. Thank you for the PogChamp, it's actually appreciated. Alright, I have both of my damaging stats maxed out, so from now on it's just endurance and vitality that I'm leveling, so I'll get more stamina, more health. And I'm at level 69, so that's pretty nice for lack of a better word. So can I get some pogs in the chat for the 69, you know, the beam number? We got it. Wow, you immediately regretted putting that heart the instant I started talking about 69, didn't you? Also, speaking of 69, who we got here? Yeah, we got the goddess lady, who is just, you know how I was calling Smo, the guy we were fighting earlier with the hammer? I was calling him Tits McGee. This is Tits McGee right here. Look at these. This is fucking insane. What's up? I have to kneel to her. Yeah. You're real important. Now that I have the Lord Vessel, this lets me teleport between bonfires, which is very, very useful. Because I don't have to do a lot of backtracking now. And let's get a little twist in here. Do I have a projectile? Yes, I do. Let me just tell you that this lady right here is complete bullshit. She's not real. She is in fact an illusion.
Thou that tarnisheth the Godmother's image, I am Gwyndolin. And thy transgression shall not go unpunished.
Oh, bet.
Thou shalt perish in the twilight of Anor Londo.
This whole place even being like the sunny, super vibrant metropolis that it looked like was also bullshit. This place is just as run down as everything else, but there's one character keeping everything like alive looking. This whole area is just a lie, which I think is super cool in terms of lore, but the next boss that I'm going to be fighting is actually the much more important one than the guys I just killed, because it will lead to me getting all of my equipment that I want. Where the hotties at? I don't know. My character's kind of decent looking. I got her. But yeah, that's a win for the itty bitty titty committee. We just we got shooters out here. Trust me. We took out the fucking Opie. It's gone. Now then, we got these two guys who are real, despite everything else in this area being fake. These guys are real. I don't know what their significance is, to be completely honest with you. but they're just kind of here after you destroy the illusion. Oh wow, that was really weird. I got the parry despite also getting hit. Alright, and this is the time where remember the knight character that I didn't kill last stream? This is where I get to kill her. And look at how cool this looks. Despite the fact that it isn't sunny, this like whole night area just looks so sick. I love how dark Anor Londo looks. This is the lady I was talking about right here. She's gonna be hostile to me.
So it was you, was it?
Hell yes, it was
How dare
me.
you produce-
I love how I can interrupt her dialogue by stabbing her. That's hilarious.
But how?
But how, you ask?
Woman is a threat.
You're damn right I'm a threat.
Gwendolyn.
Yeah. I get her soul, which I can use to get more healing, which is nice. So, you know, you you may not have known what you were asking for earlier whenever you said murder everything. This is the kill everything stream now. And boy, do we have some more shit to be killing. So, what else? If we go down here, we will be able to fight the other god character that is making this whole illusion even a thing in the first place. Genocide route. Oh no. If you really think about it, that's basically what I'm doing. Alright. Here is one more boss we have. What time is it anyways? Let me get a look at it. Okay, I think I'll be able to get everything I want during this stream, because I have to fight this guy right here, which whenever you see him, you will not think that he is a guy, but don't be fooled, don't be deceived. If you really don't think about it. Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Okay, so this fight is going to be a little bit trickier, to be honest. I feel like I'm worse at this fight than I am at Ornstein and Smough, but what we're getting ourselves into right here is this character. This is the lady that I just killed's little brother.
First thou offendeth the Godmother, and now thou see fit to trample upon the tomb of the great Lord. I am the dark sun, Gwyndolin. Let the atonement for thy felonies commenceth.
Oh, I ain't atoning for shit. I promise you. Now this thing he just kind of spams attacks from a distance, so you just have to dodge through him or hide behind pillars, depending on which attack it is. This one you gotta dodge. This one you gotta hide behind pillars. Yeah, same for these. With the bows, you just kind of zigzag at him. And then you can do a lot of damage whenever you close in. And then it teleports away, he goes all the way over here, and you have to do it again. Is this actually how that fight is? I don't know enough about Sonic to tell if that's true or not. This might actually be the best run I've ever had with this fight. Normally I get kind of caught by shit pretty badly. But I'm having good luck with the AI. It's doing a lot of this bow attack, which is super easy to get in on. Wow, Okay, I was talking this up, but very easy.
Swathed in dark, an eternal curse upon thee.
Your eternal curse ain't shit, I promise you. Besides, the final boss is these characters' dad anyways, so I don't know what they were expecting. Since I have Gwendolyn's soul, I actually get a really cool bow that I can make with it, so I'm gonna do exactly that because I want it. There are a couple things I can grab here, like the armor set that I was talking about, which I don't know if this is it or if it's in the other chest, but I think this is, yeah, this is the spell, Sunlight Blade. That's the one that lets me make my weapon all electric. And right here is the armor that I wanted. Let me see if I can actually roll in it effectively. With Havel's ring on, maybe I can. Maybe with only one weapon. Yep, I can. Okay, sweet. Now my character is looking a lot more like how I want her to. Let me put on a slightly better shield. Yeah, sweet. Now my character looks kind of badass. This is what I was building towards. And again, thank you for the PogChamp. I got 2 well-deserved PogChamps this stream. So with the Lord Vessel, I can warp to a bunch of different bonfires. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you access to all of them, but it gives you access to most of the important ones. Like, where do I want to go? Chamber of the Princess is where I'm trying to go right now. Because, actually, I don't know if I'm able to... I don't think I'm able to get the bow just yet. I have to do something else first. Yeah. I have to get some upgrades in, first and foremost. So let me go to Undead Parish first. Oh yeah, since I actually have it, I should probably show off what this spell looks like. Sunlight Blade, whenever I use it, I put it on my weapon, and there we go. Now my weapon is all glowing and electric and shit. This looks fucking sick. I love this spell. So I'm mainly going to be using this whenever I have to deal with a boss, because you don't get multiple casts of it per resting at the checkpoint. So I'll be using it more sparingly, but it is a tool at my disposal now. Okay, so I'm gonna get some upgrades in on... I'm just gonna pick a regular bow. And then what you have to do to get the special bow is that you have to level up a bow to a certain point, like a normal bow, and then you get to pimp it out. So that's what the goal is at the moment. I should have a bow in here somewhere. Yeah, I'll just level up a long bow, just a basic one. Oh yeah, I should probably put the, I'm gonna put the Bow of Ferris, the one that I got from the hunter in that area, just into my box. Because I don't see myself using it this playthrough, despite it being probably the best bow. But it's not the best bow for my build, per se. Alright, I can level up this longbow a fair amount. My goal now is to get it to plus 10. I think I have enough souls to do that pretty comfortably. And do I have any extra Titanite? Maybe I do. No. I have a bunch of chunks, but I don't have any of the large shards that I would want. So that's probably the main highlights of the stream out of the way, those 2 boss fights. Those are kind of what I was building up to, and now that I'm done with them, I have most of the stuff my character needs. I just have to get to the top of this tower again, buy a few of the large Titanite that I need, and then I'll be set to start upgrading this thing. Now then, what I'm doing right now is most of the stuff I was doing off stream, which is to say going between areas, getting materials, leveling things up, all that. But I'll do it on stream because it's actually worth it for what I'm building towards. I think the bow that I get is super cool. Oh no, I got parried. Holy shit, that did a lot. Oh, wow. He was in his parry animation, so I thought he would stay back a little while, but I guess not. So I beat what are the equivalent of gods in this universe. I beat 2 of them back to back. Well, I guess technically I did, but Guinevere wasn't really a fight or anything. Okay, you're gonna head off soon. All right, thank you for stopping by. But yeah, I beat 2 of the more difficult bosses in the game, and then I just get bodied by some regular ass enemy, which is exactly the way that I would expect to go out. Okay, let's get my stuff back. That shouldn't be too hard. Okay, dumb shit aside, we're making progress on this build a lot. There we go. That's a good revenge kill. Alright, there's some materials I can gather from this guy over here. Something I neglected to point out about this guy is how glitchy this area is. He's kinda just floating for no real reason. So I like to imagine that that's... I think it's funnier if I think it's intentional. The fact that he's just floating for no reason. Let me get some... This will be a lot. Yeah. That's almost all I need. There's an enemy here that drops that item pretty reliably, so I'm gonna fight it 1 or 2 times. Oh, I'm stupid. There's something I should have done that I didn't, but first of all, I'm gonna get all the materials that I need, and then I'll start actually upgrading it, because I have to do the first upgrade to anything further than +5 with the actual blacksmith. Like, I can't do that from the fire. So I'm gonna fight this guy. Hopefully he drops one of those large Titanite shards that I need. Nope. No luck. I'll just go back down, honestly. Okay, you're out. Peace. Have a good one. Let's see how many upgrades I can get and how many more materials I need. I don't think I need that many. Yeah, level this up a little bit, reinforce it some. Yeah, I only need 2 more, which I only need 4,000 to buy one, so if I just go to an area with a bunch of stuff I can fight that gives me a lot of souls, it's not too difficult to get that. In fact, I think there's another person that sells it in Orlando, so I don't have to worry about going all the way over here in order to buy that item. First of all, I'm going to reverse hollowing so I don't look like beef jerky yet again. Oh yeah, another stat that I neglected to mention that I'm going to be leveling up going forward is attunement, which determines how many spells I can have. So once I get enough of that, I'll be able to have multiple heals, the Sunlight Blade spell, and then also my lightning. So I'll have a pretty good range of tools to use. Oh yeah, I was going to check the giant blacksmith over here. I don't know if the Batwing demons stay around whenever you make Anor Londo dark like this. If they're still around, I can fight a few of those, get some souls. If not, I'll just go over to the other area and fight Silver Knights, because they give 1,000 each, and that's not bad for... I only need to kill 4 of them in order to get one of the item that I need, and I only need 2 of them, so... Mage build? Not quite. This is a Dexterity Faith build. I was just mentioning that I'm going to get attunement as I go because there are some more spells that I want to use. So basically I'm mostly melee, but I have a few support spells. Like I can make my weapon lightning, I can heal up, or I can throw lightning at people. So it's not entirely a mage build. Let's see, does he sell? He does. It's slightly cheaper too, so I just need to kill a few things in order to get the souls for that. If I ever go back and do this game again, my plan is actually to do a mage build. Not like not a pure mage build, but way more magic than this one that I'm doing. So, should I ever decide to do another playthrough, I know what I'm gonna actually spec into. The weird thing about making Anor Londo dark is that it gets rid of most of the enemies, but these guys do still stay. Hey, I actually got the spear. That's kind of nice. That's a weapon that I wanted to mess around with a little bit. The spear that I have right now is technically a little bit better, but it's always cool to have more variety. I was hoping that I would get the shield, because the shield is also quite good. Okay, I think I just need to kill like a couple more of these guys and then I'll have enough souls to work with. Yeah, there's one guy up here. And I think that alone may be enough. Yeah, that's definitely enough. Alright, so I think I have enough materials to work with. Yeah, I just gotta buy 2 of these. Then get my longbow up to +10. And then I think, oh, I actually need some more souls in order to make this into the bow that I want it to be. Yeah, I need 5,000. Shit. It's a little bit more than I anticipated, but it's not a big deal. Let me see if I have anything I can use. Not really. This is still the best area that I have as far as getting a lot of souls quickly, so I'm just gonna stick around here and do that run one more time. Yeah, I'm able to respawn a fair amount of these guys, so in like one run I can get about 5 of them. And that's all I need in order to start getting the weapon that I want. And I think I'll kill a few more of these guys just for good measure, because I need a fair amount of souls to upgrade it in the first place. And I think I have all the materials in order to upgrade it once I actually do, so. I just need the souls in order to pump into it for upgrades. Thankfully there are a bunch of these guys down here, so I should be able to get up a pretty high amount. Oh wow, that one took a long ass time. I actually did look up the drop rates of the enemies in this area, and it's like a 1% drop that these guys will ever drop their weapon, which is kind of surprising that I even got one. Alright, with all these souls I built up, I should be able to pretty comfortably get my weapon to +5. If I have enough Demon Titanite. I feel like I do. Yeah, sorry this is a little bit repetitive, but it's all worth it for the bow that I'm going to be getting out of this. Alright. Now I can get the Dark Moon Bow. And I should be able to upgrade it to +5. No, that takes a lot of souls. I'll get that whenever I'm grinding soon enough, but let me just show you what this thing does with one of these Moonlight arrows. Let me get it out. Not only does this thing look sweet, it's like gold accents to it, so it works really well with the armor and the build that I'm running. But whenever I fire an arrow, I'll have to get to a better area to test it out with an actual enemy. But I'll test it out around Firelink. Let me actually equip the arrows, that would help probably. Now then, let's fire one of these arrows out. I think I have a special attack right here. Or do I not? I thought this weapon had a special attack. I could be wrong. Yeah, I guess I'm wrong. It's there's a weapon in Dark Souls 2 that has I'm thinking of a different weapon. Okay. Sorry if that was really underwhelming, but this weapon, it goes really well with my stats. It looks cool with the build, so I'm happy to have it, despite the fact that it wasn't quite as impressive as I was probably making it out to be. It still does a lot of damage, which is good because bows in this game are quite bad, so having one that actually does a good amount of damage is very, very appreciated. Yeah, I'll only be using it situationally, but it's cool to have around. I really need to get my endurance up a little bit so I can actually roll with multiple weapons on. Okay, so last but not least, before we wrap this up, I'm going to give that the soul from that lady I killed in Anor Londo to my Firekeeper. Now I have an Estus Flask +5. And I have to talk to this serpent guy over here. And he will do something very disturbing, so let's watch. What's up?
Heavens, you have after 1,000.
That's not a noise that you want somebody to make at you. Yeah.
Let us take that vessel on a journey.
It isn't a very long journey, but certainly a disturbing one. Fucking look at this shit. This thing just eats you. And we're now we're in the basement, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to never do that again. I hate how this thing looks. Its mustache is freaking out with the physics. But yeah, this thing is very very quirky. Okay, so let's place down Lord Vessel. This is eventually where we'll be going to fight the final boss. He's behind that door, but now that we have this thing set up, we have to kill 4 other significant bosses in order to get to him. So, we've pretty much reached the halfway point of the game at this point. So we have a couple more long zones to do, and then we're at the final boss. I may end up doing a New Game Plus run just after this, because I actually get to use more of my build's like functionality. New Game Plus is actually significantly harder. Like, the enemies gain so much more health and everything, so playing through the whole game again is actually worth doing, because it makes a lot of the things that seemed really easy the first time around an actual challenge. So I'm thinking that I'll do a New Game Plus run after I'm done with this, because I'm approaching the end of the game quite rapidly. Being at the halfway point at only my 4th stream. And you know, I say rapidly, despite the fact that people can speedrun this game and have it done in like under an hour. But still, for my pace, this is quite quick. I tend to take the game at a pretty slow, deliberate pace. So, now that that is set up and we have our new objective of killing 4 significant bosses, I'm probably going to wrap it up after that, because all that's really left for me to do in between this point of the game and actually doing new areas is just grinding and picking up a few items that I missed here and there. So I'm perfectly content to do that off stream, as opposed to subjecting you to boring grinding and shit like that, which I kind of just did in like the last 10 minutes of the stream getting that bow. But yeah, I think that'll do it for the stream right about now. Thank you all for coming by. I've made a significant amount of progress, and it was pretty fun. So got another back-to-back stream because I got off of work early, so I got the chance to stream again. Next stream will be Tuesday. So tune on in whenever I come back to this. I'll do some stuff in between the streams, just so I'm a little bit better set for everything in the future. And yeah, just catch me again at Tuesday. That'll do it. Have a nice day, everyone who stuck around. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for the new follows, everything. You guys are great. See you later.